Legend has it the Mayans had an ancient magic where staring intensely at your crush would make them look back. Nam never bought into this unproven myth, but teenage hearts are weird, and the more she doubted it, the more she wanted to try. Just as she focused her gaze on her senior crush's back, he actually turned around the very next second. Nam let out an excited squeal that instantly grabbed the attention of her best friends nearby. Seeing her mix of shock and joy, her squad immediately caught on and decided to help their shy girl out. But Shone was the biggest star in school with way too many admirers, and the gifts piled on his bike looked like a mountain. Her friends didn't hesitate for a second, sweeping all those presents away and leaving only Nam's handmade box of chocolates. Then the group hid in the shadows, watching with bated breath. Finally, Shone showed up, walked to his bike, and naturally picked up the one remaining gift. But nobody expected the sun had already melted that chocolate into a brown puddle, silently ruining the whole plan. The girls immediately scrambled to come up with a new strategy. Right then, a fierce rival made her move. She carried an exquisite mango cake, walking toward Shone with total confidence. The girls watched this smooth operator in absolute disbelief. Compared to that melted soup of chocolate, Nam got absolutely crushed in this silent battle. Before Nam could even shake off the defeat, her friends cooked up plan number 2, pretending she lost her keys so she'd have an excuse to ride on Shone's bike. Just as they were scanning for their target, a sharp-eyed friend spotted Shone. But the second they were about to strike, their rival, Faye, aka Cake Girl, showed up again. Faye's flawless acting left the group completely stunned. Before leaving, she even turned back to flash a taunting eyebrow raise at Nam and the crew. Hit after hit left Nam totally deflated. Back home, she stood before the mirror trying to look cute, but her dark skin, thick glasses, and clumsy moves just looked awkward. To make it worse, her little sister mocked her for dodging mom's good genes and being a carbon copy of dad, claiming no one would ever want her. That comment pierced Nam's self-esteem like a needle, and the sisters instantly started wrestling in the kitchen until Mom yelled and pulled them apart. Mom scolded the younger sister harshly, then sent Nam out to buy soy sauce to cool things down. Nam walked down the street eating ice cream, feeling pretty low. Suddenly, something dropped from above, followed by a familiar, gentle voice. Her crush appeared out of nowhere, and Nam froze solid, forgetting to even eat her ice cream. She thought he brought the mango specifically for her, but quickly realized he was just rescuing a kitten stuck in a tree. From then on, she searched every corner of campus even harder just to catch a glimpse of him. Sometimes she'd fake a bathroom break between classes, taking the long route past his classroom just to steal a quick look. But today, she accidentally caught Shone getting punished by a teacher to stand in the hallway. He wore headphones, making goofy moves to the music. To anyone else, he might have looked silly, but from afar, it made Nam's heart bloom with joy. When you like someone, even their embarrassing moments seem to shine. Soon after, a relative returning from overseas brought a message from Dad. Whichever sister ranked first in school would get a ticket to reunite with him in America. Mom shook her head listening to this, knowing full well it was just empty talk. And for her bottom-ranking daughter, it was basically a fairy tale. But Nam gripped her dad's photo tightly, making a silent vow. She wanted to impress her dad, but more than that, she wanted to become better, hoping it might bring her one step closer to that unreachable guy. On a scorching summer day, a long line formed outside the school drink shop. Suddenly, a basketball player rudely cut the line, shoving a girl behind him to the ground with sheer force. Shone stepped in to defuse the situation, and his kindness and high EQ instantly won over every girl there. But that guy held a grudge against Shone because of it. During practice that day, he provoked Shone on purpose, bringing up his dad's infamous missed penalty kick in front of everyone. That topic was always a sore spot for Shone, and having his pain poked publicly made him lose control and throw punches. Meanwhile, Nam heard about the fight and immediately dragged her friends onto a scooter, rushing frantically to the field. But by the time they arrived panting, the place was empty except for a bloody button on the ground. Nam figured Shone must have dropped it during the brawl. She carefully took the button home and lovingly drew a tiny, smiley face on it. Carrying her worry and longing for Shone, she drifted off into sweet dreams. Sure enough, the next day, the school publicly reprimanded both fighters. Nam felt guilty, thinking she was somehow partly to blame. She stopped Shone as he was leaving, wanting to apologize properly and say thanks.
หายไวๆนะคะ น้ำ ขอบใจนะ
Hearing him say her name correctly thrilled Nam, making her feel like she wasn't just a stranger to him anymore. But the good times didn't last. Nam's hidden love letter was dug up by her sister and handed to Mom. Mom scolded her strictly, telling her to focus on studying and not forget the promise she made to Dad. These back-to-back blows left Nam gloomy for days. Seeing this, her friends came over for a full-on makeover session. They went all out whitening her skin and dyeing her hair, staying busy until Nam was covered head to toe in products. Then, they took the new and improved Nam to Shone's family shop to test the results. Unfortunately, only Shone's dad was there, so Nam grabbed a ping pong ball feeling a bit let down and prepared to leave. But turning around, she bumped right into Shone, who'd just returned. Nam froze instantly, too nervous to speak.
ไม่ตัวเหลืองจังอะเป็นดีซ่านเปล่า
Even though the makeover was kind of a bust, Nam accidentally managed to grab his attention again. But right then, Faye popped up at the worst possible moment. Acting shy, she claimed she was also there to buy ping pong balls. Nam deliberately tossed the ball near Faye's feet, sending her tumbling hard. Then the girls panicked and bolted from the scene. Desperate for more chances to be near Shone, Nam resolved to join the dance club. Her friends gathered around, chattering and roasting the various clubs. Unexpectedly, Shone strolled right up to them.
พี่ชอนมาสมัครชมรมอะไรอะคะ
ถ่ายภาพ
อยากได้นามแบบเมื่อไหร่ก็บอกนะ
อ๋อ พี่ชอบถ่ายวิวอะไม่ชอบถ่ายคน
One friend couldn't hold back her laughter. Despite what he said, Shone still raised his camera and snapped a few pics of her. While posing, Nam leaned in subtly, copying Faye's poses, thinking she looked good.
หายเหลืองแล้วนี่ขาวขึ้นปะเนี่ย
Just that casual compliment instantly brightened Nam's mood. But seeing this made Faye insanely jealous, and she sarcastically mocked Nam for lacking self-awareness, telling them to quit while they're ahead and pick another club. Her friends weren't having it, words were exchanged, and a shoving match broke out right there.
พวกที่ก่อเรื่องนี่ออกไปเลยนะเฟย์กับฝันเนี่ยอยู่ก่อน
The teacher's blatant favoritism made Faye even smugger. Still unsatisfied, she concocted a gross drink, planning to trick Nam into drinking it under the guise of an apology. Luckily, a passing senior saw everything, exposing her petty scheme and showing Shone her true colors. Originally set on dance, Nam spotted Shone helping build sets for the drama club from afar and changed her mind instantly, joining drama instead. And since Nam had the best English, she naturally landed the lead role of Snow White. Rehearsals kicked off, but the student playing the prince was nowhere to be found. Not wanting to waste time, the teacher asked Shone, who was painting nearby, to fill in temporarily. Donning the prince costume, Shone awkwardly read his English lines following the teacher's cues.
Oh, you're so beautiful. I have to kiss you.
As the distance between them closed inch by inch, a subtle ripple passed through Shone's eyes. Nam's heart raced so fast she squeezed her eyes shut, anticipating that dream kiss, her toes curling tight. But when she opened them, the original actor was back in front of her. In that split second, Nam felt her heart skip a beat. He held her hand tightly, and it all felt unreal, like a dream. After rehearsal, Nam went backstage for her bag and looked up to find Shone organizing a photo album. Her gaze swept across the desk, and her heart sank. That dating guidebook she'd hidden forever was sitting right there in plain sight. She rushed forward, frantically clutching the book to her chest. In her panic, a small slip of paper fluttered out from the pages onto the floor. Nam instantly recognized it as Shone's phone number. Reacting fast, she planted her foot firmly on the paper. Soon, the big show began. Following the script, Nam bit the poison apple and collapsed onto the stage bed with exaggerated flair. But deep down, she kept hoping Shone would show up to watch. Yet the performance ended without Shone ever appearing. Turns out his photography made the national finals, and the organizers called last minute urging him to compete. Clueless, Nam performed the entire play with a heavy heart. Back home, the more she thought about it, the more upset she got, angrily tossing that treasured button away. But less than a minute later, regret hit her. She squatted on the floor, crying while searching for that button. The next day at school, Nam walked into the cafeteria and got swarmed by guys calling her beautiful. This sudden attention left her totally flustered. Her friend leaned in to explain that the school was looping footage of her play on the cafeteria TV. Overnight, the once invisible Nam became the famous Snow White of the entire school. And Top, Shone's best friend who'd recently transferred, fell for the girl with the crescent moon smile because of that very performance. With only 2 weeks left until the sports meet, the lead baton twirler unexpectedly got injured. While the teacher was at a loss, she happened to see Nam using a badminton racket to knock down a stuck shuttlecock. Her smooth, perfect catch gave Teacher Pan a glimmer of hope. So she immediately approached Nam, convincing her to take over as the new lead twirler. But 2 weeks was barely enough time, meaning Nam had to work 10 times harder than anyone else. Her friends cheered her on, saying she had to go all out for love. So every morning before dawn, Nam hit the field to practice. Long after others went home, she stayed, waving that baton over and over again. Even so, her performance still fell short, the baton slipping from her grip repeatedly, once nearly hitting a passing teacher. Word of this quickly reached Faye's ears. She marched down the hallway with her crew, loudly mocking Nam, even insulting the instructor and the whole class, calling them all useless. Every cruel word drifted straight into Nam's ears. She could handle being called ugly or dumb, but she absolutely couldn't stand her beloved teacher being humiliated like that. Seeing Faye's arrogant attitude, Nam swore internally that she wouldn't let their class be looked down upon. Fueled by this defiant spirit, Nam trained even more obsessively. Using a broom as a baton, she tossed it sky high again and again, never stopping even when her arms ached too much to lift. Because she knew this time, she wasn't just doing it for herself, but for everyone who believed in her. As the baton soared high and Nam caught it steadily, the school sports meet officially kicked off. She led the formation with perfect rhythm, graceful as an elegant swan. Her friends beamed with pride, and her teacher finally held her head high. Even her snarky little sister finally admitted from the bottom of her heart that her sister was beautiful. The girl everyone once wrote off as an ugly duckling had transformed into the envied school belle in just 1 year. On Valentine's Day, Nam received tons of gifts, but after all her effort, the one person she waited for hadn't shown up. Just as disappointment crept in, her friends spotted something. Shone was walking toward her, smiling, holding a rose sapling. Her friends quickly shoved her forward. This was the confession moment Nam had dreamed of. She shyly accepted the special plant, waiting expectantly for Shone to speak.
เพื่อนฝากมาให้
That unexpected sentence left her frozen on the spot, totally lost. Back home, Nam stared at the sapling, feeling more hurt by the minute. She'd poured her heart into her eyes, so why couldn't he read them? Just as she absent-mindedly picked up a book, a note floated out from the pages, asking her to meet on the 3rd floor teaching building tomorrow. Thrilled and surprised, Nam hoped desperately it was an invite from Shone. The next day, Nam arrived early at the staircase. Looking down, she saw Shone walking up. Her nerves started spiking all over again.
เป็นแฟนกับพี่มีคะ
Getting confessed to by her crush's best friend was a plot twist Nam never saw coming in her wildest dreams. She stood frozen, watching Shone turn and walk away, her chest tight with a sour, bitter ache. When her friends found out, they urged her to keep her distance from Top and avoid complicating things. Nam agreed verbally, but the second Top offered to take her to Shone's match. She threw all that advice out the window. At the game, her eyes never left Shone for a single second. Watching Shone drink water from the cup she gave him filled her heart with honey-sweet joy. Soon, vacation arrived. Along with her friend's birthday, the inseparable foursome was missing one member this time, Nam. Hoping to get closer to Shone, she chose to go on a reservoir picnic with his classmates instead. During the picnic, Top thoughtfully grilled her favorite squid, but Nam immediately passed it to Shone beside her. Shone told her a cheesy joke about 2 squids holding hands, making Nam laugh out loud. Seizing the moment, she asked if he'd ever held a girl's hand.
เคยครั้งหนึ่งเป็นเด็กหน้าตาเฟ้อฟ้าคนหนึ่งกำลังจะตกจากเวทีพี่ก็เลยจับมือเขาไว้อะ
น้ำ
Top's arrival interrupted their conversation. On the way back, Top asked Shone if he liked Nam, and Shone denied it instantly. Right then, Nam tripped, and Top rushed to carry her on his back, while Shone followed silently behind, carrying her bag. But no matter how caring Top was, Nam's gaze remained fixed on Shone. Back home, Nam tried to make it up to Noi for missing her birthday, but got coldly rejected. She finally realized that chasing love had cost her the most important friendship. Even so, she still couldn't say no to any gathering where Shone would be. At a party, Top mentioned a pact between him and Shone. Having both been hurt, liking the same girl, they vowed never to fall for the same person again. Then he pulled Nam onto the dance floor and stole a kiss. That kiss snapped Nam wide awake. Afterwards, she firmly drew a line with Top. Learning Nam liked someone, Top kept pressing for a name. Nam stayed silent, but Top already knew the answer. Devastated, he found Shone and spilled his heartbreak. Finally, he begged Shone never to pursue Nam. He said he truly couldn't handle seeing the girl he loved most end up with his best brother. With things put that bluntly, loyal Shone had to grit his teeth and agree to the promise. Top became an invisible wall standing between him and Nam from that day on, and they never contacted each other again after that. The rift in friendship and the void in love weighed on her heart like two mountains. She poured all her energy into studying, numbing her aching heart with endless exercises and sleepless nights. In 9th grade, Nam's grades skyrocketed, jumping from 30th in class to the top of her year. But whenever she looked up and saw couples walking together on campus, it still stung like a needle prick. She couldn't help remembering that summer, and that boy in the white shirt with a beautiful smile. Time flew by, and suddenly it was time for the high school entrance exams. Nam answered every paper calmly, submitting a result she was proud of. But her friend Noi shocked everyone with her decision, skipping regular high school for a vocational school simply because the uniforms were pink. Nam's arrival froze the joyful atmosphere instantly, leaving everyone in silence, unsure what to say.
วันจันทร์ฉันคอยอยู่อังคารก็คอยดูว่าเธอเป็นไงพุธเธอก็ไม่มาเช้าสายก็ไม่มี
This song had witnessed their entire youth. From that dusty, ugly duckling to the radiant swan she was now, they'd always been by each other's side. Eventually, they let go of their grudges and returned to being inseparable once more. On graduation day, Shone entered the swimming pool alone. Her friends seized the chance to push Nam in while they stood guard outside. Nam walked closer nervously, and Shone, as if expecting her, invited her to sign his commemorative t-shirt. Tears filling her eyes, she poured out 3 years of pent-up love without holding anything back.
คือน้ำชอบพี่ชนมากชอบมา3 ปีแล้วน้ำทำทุกอย่างเปลี่ยนแปลงตัวเองทุกอย่างก็เพื่อพี่
Finished, she looked at Shone anxiously, waiting for his response. But right then, her eyes caught the text on Shone's shirt. Fall loves Shone. Turns out he already had someone he liked. The confession that took all her lifelong courage ended exactly like this. Nam's heart shattered instantly, the pain stealing her breath. Still, she fought back tears, forcing a smile worse than a cry, wishing them happiness. She stumbled backward in a daze, completely forgetting the pool was right behind her. Her foot slipped, and she tumbled clumsily into the water. The icy pool enveloped her, masking her surging tears. Finally, she left the pool soaked to the bone. Her friends stood at the gate, heartbroken seeing her devastated state, but clueless how to comfort her. Just then, Senior Fall walked up and grabbed her arm, face full of concern. Looking at the kind, gentle Fall, Nam still couldn't bring herself to tell the truth. She needed time to forget this long, painful crush and heal the deepest scar etched into her youth. But Nam would never know that Shone and Fall were never actually together. The words on that shirt were just an excuse he forced out to honor his promise to his brother. Turns out this 3-year unrequited love was never just Nam's solo chaos. In Shone's fridge, a box of chocolate from 3 years ago still sits frozen, the first gift Nam ever bravely gave him. Way past its expiration date, he still couldn't bear to take a single bite. And in the bottom drawer of his desk lies a secret album he never dared show, packed densely with photos of Nam. From her days as a dark-skinned, ugly duckling in thick glasses to her shining on stage in a snow-white gown, he'd carefully preserved every moment. That day backstage, he'd seen Nam drop that dating guidebook in her panic. He didn't need any playbook because Nam had successfully walked into his heart from the very start. The moment she first changed into her princess costume, standing on stage nervous and fidgety, Shone had already fallen for her. Even that time on stage when he grabbed her hand to stop her fall, he secretly took a grid of photos saved on his phone, reviewing them countless times. But he had to let go immediately, terrified that the love hiding in his eyes would be seen by anyone. On the day of Nam's official performance, he did have a photography contest, but he snuck back to school early just to take a bite of that apple backstage. It was his personal secret, proof that he'd been there, watched and felt his heart race for her. A month before Valentine's, he started cultivating that rose himself, watering and fertilizing it on the balcony every day after school, hoping it would bloom beautifully for the holiday. But at the critical moment, he stubbornly lied, claiming a friend gave it to him. Actually, he regretted it the second he turned away. He wanted so badly to tell Nam that flower was grown just for her. Watching his best brother confess to Nam at the staircase felt like a hand crushing his heart. making it impossible to breathe. He questioned himself endlessly. Why was he always such a coward? Why did he keep missing his chance with her? At the reservoir, seeing Nam fall, he reached out faster than anyone, yet was still one step too slow. He wished more than anything that he was the one carrying her, that he could wipe the dust from her face himself. Countless times when he glanced at Nam, the words, "Will you be my girlfriend?" reached his lips, only to be swallowed back down forcefully. That night, Shone went to Nam's apartment and gently placed that love-filled album at her door. Remembering his pact with Top, he ultimately didn't knock. He took one last look at that door, then turned and walked away quietly. The biggest regret in youth isn't loving someone who doesn't know. It's mutually loving each other, but passing by due to a promise and youthful timidity. After the exams, Nam's stellar grades earned her a chance to attend high school in America. She stayed gone for 9 years. 9 years is enough to transform a naive girl into a dazzling adult. Now, Nam had become an internationally renowned fashion designer. News of her return sent ripples through the fashion world, with TV stations scrambling to interview her. On interview day, former teacher Pon Noi and her other friends sat in the audience, eyes brimming with pride, watching Nam shine on stage. Then the host asked Nam, curious how the girl once dubbed the ugly duckling achieved such a massive transformation. Nam slowly recounted that innocent crush hidden in the folds of time. She explained that all that desperate effort to become better was just to stand beside the person she liked, though the ending carried some regret and sadness. Hearing this, the host suddenly produced a photo album.
ถ้าอย่างนั้นนะคะเดี๋ยวเราพบกับเจ้าของสมุดเล่มนี้กันเลยดีกว่าค่ะ
Nam couldn't believe her eyes. After 9 years, she was seeing the person who made her heart race throughout her entire youth. Shone walked over and sat beside her, pulling out that button Nam had treasured for years from his pocket. Smiling, he told Nam that the button actually wasn't his, but none of that mattered anymore. Looking at the man before her, Nam finally found the courage to ask the question buried in her heart for 9 years.
พี่โชนแต่งงานหรือยังคะ
คือพี่ก็รอคนกลับมาจากอเมริกาอยู่นะครับ
One sentence instantly brought tears to Nam's eyes. Turns out, all these years, she hadn't been waiting alone. We often think unrequited love is a solitary war, but this movie shows us the best kind is a mutual journey. For Shone, Nam transformed from an unnoticed ugly duckling into a radiant swan, and in places unseen, Shone secretly treasured every version of Nam for 3 years. They missed each other by 9 years, yet ultimately waited until they reached their respective peaks to reunite. Truth is, everyone has had that one person in their youth. We secretly worked hard and improved ourselves for them. And even if we didn't end up together, that time still shines brightly. The beauty of first love isn't the ending, but the better version of yourself, forged by giving your all for love. May no wait be in vain, and may every secret crush eventually lead to a long-awaited reunion.